In this video, I'm going to discuss how to replace multiple words on a single string from a find and replace table dynamically. Before jumping to this formula, I will show you why this tutorial is important for you. If I show you the recent tutorial, the off the grid developer tutorial in which they show the formula which replaces the multiple words on a single string, and even Chandu developed a same formula. But one of the problem in this formula, I developed the same formula and you can see these formula are case sensitive. If I use Cremento and Echelon, it's working fine, SAC replace. But for somehow if I change this Cremento to uppercase Cremento, it's not working. And this is one of the big issue. We want this formula to be case insensitive. Now, if I do a little bit logic and use a proper function, it's working fine. You can see Cremento uppercase replaced by SAC, but look at the results. All of them are uppercase and we don't want this. So my goal in this video to develop a formula using a search and replace function to work without case insensitive as well as case sensitive. So these two formula are developed using a let formula, find and replace formula, and the only difference is the find, and here I use the replace, the search function. So before jumping how we can develop this formula step by step, if you want to use, there are only 3 parameters which you need to input. What is the input text? In this case, my input is A2. You just need to change what is the find range, what is the replace range. Once you enter these details, hit enter, it will update your text. Now you just need to click and drag and drop and it will work fine. Now let's just go and see how we can develop this formula step by step using this single string. I will explain the whole formula from the single string first, and then I will develop the let formula. First, if we just want to understand what is a search function, and search function basically finding the text within a text and get a position. For example, I want to find the Cremento text position within this long text and it return me the 35 is the position. Now we can use replace function to replace a certain text. For example, my old text is this whole string. My starting position is 35 and number of character, I can use len function, and in this len function I will just reference Cremento for now, and the new text is this replace text and close the bracket. Now you can see Cremento has been replaced by SAC. That is totally fine. Now I will explain how to use search function as an array. So if we just type search and find text, I want to find all of these texts within this text. And if I close the bracket, hit enter, it return me all of the position. For example, 27 is the position of Auckland and 35 is the position of Cremento. That is totally fine. Now here is a little bit logic. We need to replace at this position, but first we need to combine these. So if I just use hStack function, you need to understood a little bit this step, hStack. I want to combine this array and I want a len of the character. So len of all of these character. And the third array, I want the replace array. And if I just close the bracket, hit enter, I get these 3. Now we need to filter out the error. In order to filter out the error, we can use the filter function. Filter, we want to filter this whole array which we get from hStack, and include condition, we just want the search result. But we will use isNumber function. IsNumber function basically convert these value to a false and these to be a true. So isNumber search, and if I close the bracket, hit enter, it will only return me the value where we get the position matching. That is totally fine. Now I will use reduce function with the replace function to get our final results. Reduce function actually looping through a data set and get our final result. In this case, my initial value is this whole string, and the array I want to loop with all of the position matching. So I will loop through these two, and the function I will use lambda. Let me just define a, b. A is for initial, b is for this looping value, array value. I will write replace function. For the replace function, they need the alt text. So in this case, my alt text is a. I already defined the parameter. The starting number is these a5 to a6. So I will just define b. And now the number of character. So number of character, my these variable. How I cannot simply write like this one. I will use xlookup function, and let me just explain why xlookup is important and why we cannot directly input. xlookup, what is your lookup value? My lookup value is this b. Since reduce function looping through one by one value, so first it look up this 27, then it's look up 35. And what is my lookup array? Now I will define the array instead of b. Since this is looping, and in this case this is a range. Okay, and what is the return array? My return array is the length of character. Okay, I will close the bracket, and actually this xlookup function gives the number of character in each loop for reduce function. Now the new text, we will simply write xlookup again. What is the lookup value? Lookup value is the b. What is the lookup array? This is my lookup array. What is the return array? This is my return array. Close the brackets and hit enter. Now you can see it's replacing the word, but it's not looking fine. And the issue is, first it's replaced actually a client. Once they replace, they again counting Scremento, but the position is in this case change. Now the only logic, if we apply sort function to this will work fine. Let me just apply the sort function. Sort, what is the array? This whole is my array, okay. Index column, first column, and I want descending order. And if I close the bracket and hit enter, this look awesome. This is working fine now. Okay, so we get our result what we want. Now to convert these results to a single select function, I will explain this from here. So in this formula, I just define my initial value L string. The L string is the lookup value, the first value. The find range is the find range. I just name it replace range. But where is your range of replace? Now here I use the helper function, the function we use this function, but I just convert these hard-coded to a defined value. For example, in this formula, I just define find range, L string, find range, replace range, and I just convert all of the hard-coded to reference these values. Then I just divide these three to a separate. For example, position of math, I just took the helper column and just took the first column. Then length of text, using choose column, I just get the from these result the second column, and same is for third column. Then I use simply the reduce function, the same function I use here, but I just plug the information available on this position. Once I put the position, I just use if error function. For example, in some cases Yasin is my name, there is no matches, so if there is any error, just return me the L string, mean the basic string we have. So this is how we can develop this complex formula into a single cell let function. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe the channel so that I can make more video for you. Thank you so much.